So, as you all know, today is Father's Day. And, every holiday is something. Um, I was over here. I thought my boys were coming home, so I was like, oh, they must not be doing nothing over there. Or maybe they're doing something, but it's only for the immediate family. So I got a little excited because I was already planning on making them like I always try to do for any holidays just to make our day special. Something either that I don't make every day or something different. We still had some of the red velvet pancake mix that I got for my little one's birthday. That's his favorite. It smells so good. I wish, let me see, fresh. Oh, key lime pie. That's why it smells so good. That's what it is. Um, and like, I was thinking, well, maybe I should put music on because the boys came home. They just rested for a little bit. They said, oh, they're doing something at 2. So, like a barbecue, Father's Day barbecue or whatever. So I instantly got a little sad because I thought, oh, you know, um, but I try not to make them feel guilty or anything because they know at first it was my choice. Now it's like it would feel too awkward to go to any function that they throw. Um, but making the damn pancakes, I was crying. Like, it's so hard. And then, so I'm finally like, okay, I put on some slow jams, like, stop crying. And I was looking at what's up, and I did ask one of the aunts that I talk to a lot to please, if she ever posts him, to not, to like take me off there's a way that you can do, like, when you do your posts, you can choose for everybody or just your favorite people, whatever, whatever. Or choose a certain group, make different groups. So I think she did that because I have not seen anything about him or. So I'm like, okay, thank God. Finally, I felt like people were respecting the fact that, and I know it does make sense. It's like no matter what you do, hello, hello. Oh, even without makeup, no matter what you do, it feels like people will always have something to say. When I was choosing to talk to my dad, people were like, "Oh my God, that's so weird." So he must have not did anything, because how could you talk to him if he, and people were like, if that was me, I could never. And it's like, okay, but at the same time, then you hear on the other side of the fanboy, he's your dad, but he's your dad, but he's your dad. He's sorry. If you're godly, you're supposed to forgive, forgive, forgive. So I chose to do that for a while, and then it just triggered memories. It triggered being around him in Florida. That was the biggest mistake that I could have made. I thought that because I wasn't hating him or anything, this is an anti Father's Day video actually. Um I thought that that I could really prove to myself that I really have healed, because I've been going to counseling ever since I went into foster care. I went into foster care. I thought it was 12, but my sister was only one, almost two. So I must have been 11, turning 12. And I started counseling probably around 12, 13, 14. So I'm 45, off and on counseling, deep therapy. So they're different. For those of you, therapy is more active, like they actually are helping you through stuff. They're giving you tools to work on your trauma and your past or whatever you're talking to them. And I thought that that would be proof. And then I would prove to myself that I was Christian enough because I learned how to forgive and all of these things. But what happened was the opposite. When I was around him, when I was talking to him, it would actually set me back. And although I didn't have the fear that I had when I was still in New York, I think the last time I saw him, I was probably 15. And I saw him again when I was 18, 19. I went back so I could meet my little sister, and I forced myself, and I told myself, I'm going to be okay. Like, if anything happens, there's a lot of people that knows. I had pictures, I had his name, had the address. The caseworkers knew if I don't come back, sent somebody for him because he killed me. And but I was willing to risk it because I wanted my sisters to know that I didn't just run away, and that whatever they heard was a lie. Because I'm sure they weren't saying, like, this is what happened. And sure enough, they, at that age, they were hearing that I was off in college, even when they were 18. Oh, she's off in college. But it's like, as they got older, they realized, well, somebody in college can still call you, they can still come and see you, they can still. Anyways, long story short, I'm trying to get over this day without, well, I was, without getting on here mad and angry or whatever. And if you heard my beginning stories about my stepmom, and you know that she was very verbally abusive. She enjoyed causing pain. If I seemed too happy, she reminded my dad of something bad that I did. According to her, like, somebody said she had lipstick. She's trying to be fast. Meanwhile, I was just eating the red sherbet thing that was outside my school, like, and it made my lips red. And some nosy ass neighbor came and told on me. And then my dad would have to re-spank me all over again. She wasn't happy until I was in tears and my dad was mad. Like, sometimes when she was getting beat up, sometimes, at least the first time, it wasn't as bad as some of the other times. But at least the first time, I was like, that's what you get, B. Like, you never satisfy. You always complaining. He's never good enough. Da da da. Now, I was a child. I didn't know everything that was going on. I didn't know he was cheating on her. I didn't know uh, how, because I wasn't looking at him at parties. As I got older, I noticed, oh damn, he flirts a lot. Like, he flirts with every girl, whether she's married or lady, whether she's married or not, whether it's just like, I know me now, and I couldn't be with somebody like I couldn't be with somebody like that. Every 2 minutes you gotta worry about a bitch feeling like she got something over on you because your husband is giving her the eye. And maybe they'll go around the corner and do something. I don't know. I don't know if he did that or not. I just know there was cheating going on, accusations and all that stuff. So the first time I don't I at first, after maybe the second hit, I was like, okay, this is a lot. Like what are you doing? And I tried to intervene and all that stuff. But the first time I was like, good, get her for me, because she's never happy unless somebody else is crying. Like, and just now, like, I really thought she changed. I really thought COVID changed her. And if you've seen my videos, you hear me talk about how we really forgave each other, how I didn't feel no kind of ways, as far as I didn't have no hatred towards her anymore. I forgave her. I was actually like really feeling like we were becoming friends at least. And this bitch, I swear I really thought we were over this. You know, when I was in Florida, she even got jealous. Like my dad was talking me up and, oh yeah, you should. And he was just, I mean, he was uncomfortable because he knows what the hell he did. So he was just trying to like play up the fact that we're getting along, that I was there, that I forgave him. So he was on the phone with her and had her on speaker. And he was like, oh my God, you should see, like, once her boxes came in, she has like a bucket full of hair. Like, you know, he's talking about wigs and stuff. This bitch gonna say, oh yeah, I bet you seen it. Yeah, you seen all her hairs? Like, insinuating that he's looking at me down there and all that. So he takes off speaker because he's embarrassed, and he's like, he's probably thinking like, I don't want her to remember, not knowing that it has never left my mind. It only seeing him and being around him that whole time made it worse, because it actually, like, stuff that I don't think I thought about or I even knew that happened. It all started coming back to me more and more details, more things he said, more things he did. So, and I I was trying to be normal around him. He was trying to be normal around me. We both, I could tell he was trying to like I it's hard to explain. Like, he felt so bad and so uncomfortable at times. I can feel it, I can sense it, and I would try to be like, look, it's okay, like, we're trying to move past that, like, we're trying to move past that. And when she said that, I was like, this bitch never changed. She never changes. Like, she will go above and beyond to be hurtful for no fucking reason. Like, no reason. Just bring up shit that doesn't need to be said. Like, we were both uncomfortable already. And, you know, like, when the situation, the kid took advantage of my son, you know, we already, that was like 2 years old, almost either a year old or 2 years old already. My son was in counseling, like we dealt with it, and we're, even up to the time that he was like in middle school, we still dealt with that. When we came back to Seattle, he got back in counseling and all that crap. This bee says over the phone, like, oh, I got something to tell you about her and accusing and this and that. So he was going back up to Connecticut. I don't remember why. Something happened. I don't know if it was to visit somebody or do some paper. I don't know. But either way, he comes back all red like a tomato, mad as hell. And he before she said that about the hair, she got me to trust her and confide in her, or maybe it was after, I don't know. And I said some stuff. I was trying to test her. I said some stuff that I was thinking, and I said some stuff that I wasn't thinking, that I was just testing her to see if she would run back and tell. And she did. So, and he didn't say anything, but the way he was moving after he talked to her and she told him a few weeks later, I could tell. At first, I was confused. I'm like, why is he like, he kept hiding his guns in different places? And I was like, well, I see you. Wait, I see you. Like, okay, if I really wanted to go there, like, I wouldn't have brought my kids. If I was going to get him, I wouldn't have had my kids around. And I know that sounds crazy to normal people and all that stuff, but I'm not normal. So, it is what it is. Um and you guys already know that's a freaking thyroid. You guys already know that a few weeks back I made that video about the one who made me, and I went off. And I think that helped me this morning because I wasn't so like sad or mad about it. I was like, okay, I already vented. Da, da, da. So I'm like, everybody else is avoiding like stirring shit up. I didn't see the two aunts that I talked to, and I didn't see them posting nothing. I'm not gonna look in the stories today just in case, but they understand, they respect it, they love him, they love me, they can love both of us and not have us like, keep the energy level. Like, people could do that out of respect. Like, I'm not a kid. I'm not gonna be your pushover. I'm not gonna be your bitch. I'm not gonna be your little slave. I'm not gonna be none of those. So I thought she understood, and I thought she finally grew up in that sense, that she's not here to hurt or to just poke the fucking bear. Like, I don't know why she thinks she can just keep poking the bear and then play the fucking victim. Like, some of them hits, you fucking deserve it. Like, it's hard to say because I'm a woman, and I hate what to hear guys taking advantage of the fact that they're stronger and bigger. But some of them hits, you fucking deserved it. You just, there was no fucking peace. Like, it would almost itch her. It's like she was allergic to happiness when people were smiling in the house, when people were, it irritated the fuck out of her. And when I got thyroid and I saw how it affects your mood swings, and I'm like, and she told me she's had that crap since she was 18 or 19, since she came to the US. And it's like, okay, so it kind of made me feel sorry for her, because I was like, okay, my dad lied to her, said that New York was more, or the US was more than what it is. She came from a house to live in a little box, and then we had an apartment, and she had to work hard and whatever. Okay, fine. And then supposedly my mom was the first love, and so that always bothered her that my dad never loved her as much as he loved my mom, and so there was jealousy there, and supposedly that's the way that's why she treated me so fucked up, because I look like my mom, I talk like my mom, even though they never told me that she was my mom. My stepmom was my mom until she yelled at me one day, like, she kept saying, son of a bitch, son of a... I'm like, you are stupid. You are calling yourself a bitch. I'm not your fucking mom. So I was like, well, who is? You know, and then I had to have dreams because nobody would tell me shit. Nobody would tell me nothing. I had to have the dreams to realize, oh, that lady that took me 2 or 3 times, it probably was 3 or 4 times, but I only remember 3 of the trips because she brought me gifts those 3 times. And today, I finally stopped crying. I couldn't even finish cooking the breakfast that I was going to make for the kids for lunch or dinner. I just laid down. I was like, I'm just going to drink my coffee, eat some crackers. I don't even feel like eating. I'm going through all this shit with thyroid and the surgery coming up. And this bitch has the... Oh, have you wished your father a happy Father's Day? Because, you know, he was the one that created you after all. Gave you life. And yeah, he gave me a lot of shit. He didn't give me life. He gave me a lot. And I sent her the video of the one who made me. And I told her this shit last year on his birthday. Said, what do you keep telling me about his fucking birthday? I already know. The same with the Kari's dad. His fucking birthday is in June. And Father's Day is in June. So I guess assholes are in June. So that will make me not date nobody born in fucking June. Because if that's what it has to offer between Geminis and Cancers, my dad is a Cancer, Kari's dad is a Gemini, but even though I get along with Geminis very well, but still, it's a fucking reminder every year when I look at the Kari and now he doesn't have his papa, but my oldest has his dad to text Happy Father's Day, da da da. Like I even asked my little one, like, you know, what do you say when kids are talking about their dad? And he goes, I just say I don't have one. And that hurts me so bad. I was never planning to have a kid with that fool. I didn't want to have a kid with him, but I feel horrible saying that because I love my son. I love him and I'm glad that he's here. Um, you know, with my first one, of course he was playing and there was a future plan behind him, and but this bitch never changed. Like I she had me fooled. You know, she apologized. I felt like it was real after she got COVID in the pandemic. And then even the other day we were chatting about health stuff and she was the one that was educating me on this surgery. She's like, yeah, no, I just had a friend have it done, you'll be okay, da da da. She was all encouraging. And here she is, just because she's pissed that she chose to have 3 kids with a loser, she wants to ruin my fucking day too. My day is already fucking ruined. Like, I'm here alone again, which is fine. I never want my kids to feel guilty. I felt worse when they were home with me after we cut my foster family out for a little bit. I want them to go have fun and this and that. And it's fine. I make it work. But today I was like, I don't know. I just didn't even feel like eating. I was crying so much I couldn't even finish the breakfast. Like I finished the pancakes. I had to. I know that if you do batter and you don't finish it, like cooking, it goes bad. I don't know. The batter never tastes the same if you put it in the fridge. It just looks nasty. It tastes nasty. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put these slow jams because I didn't feel like dancing and all that stuff. Usually, all the happy things I do to get me through cooking when I don't have energy. The slow jams got me through, but it's like just a few minutes ago. I, I- so then I'm like, is it because the bitch don't respect me? Is it because the bitch thinks that this is funny? Like, which is it? Is it the fact that she's so hurt and angry inside? She wants to make sure everybody else feels her pain. Bitch, I'm feeling your pain plus 10. Because he fucked up my life way more than he fucked up yours. Like, I don't know. So, I thought, because I told her last year, I said, okay, I stopped talking to him. I don't know when, 2, 3 years ago. I don't know, a year ago, 2 years ago. So I don't really need you to remind me when his birthday is. I don't need you to tell me if I or ask me if I talk to him this Christmas time. Like, what? And she did it again. So now I'm left with a choice. And you see, this is how I look like the bad guy. Oh, because Joanna, she doesn't, oh, you can't tell her nothing. Well, it's like, if I asked you twice, 3 times, 5 times, I said, I'm not, it's not a game to me. It's not like, oh, he didn't buy me Louis Vuittons. He didn't get me Gucci glasses. Like, it's not that type of, I don't want to talk to my dad because he didn't give me allowance. I said, I'm done. I tried it both ways and I see that this way is what I need to do, what I need to do for me. Like, so now I'm gonna look like the fucked up one because now I'm gonna have to block the bitch. You obviously are never gonna grow up. You're gonna be 60 something. My mom is gonna be 60. So you have to be 65, 66. And you still playing the same snake ass, slippery, bullshit ass games. You don't respect nobody's pain. You don't respect nobody's wishes. Like, and you hate for somebody not to feel your pain. Like, fucking go somewhere and get healed. Or start the healing, because I realize now healing is not healing. You just go through the fucking process. Because obviously, when I get on here, last night I was very peaceful. I was okay with, okay, tomorrow's Father's Day. I know I'm gonna be a little da da da. I might be emotional da da da. But here she comes. Like, I just don't get it. What? And I'm so sorry to my sisters. That's their mom. She raised me. And I thought I owe her. Once she apologized, I thought I owe her because she did save my life twice. When she got me from El Campo, where my mom left me, and she nursed me back to life. And then when she stopped my dad from choking me out, once CPS came, or detective, I don't know what the fuck they were. I know that they were horrible at their job. They left me there to die. I could have died that night if she didn't stop him from choking me. I could have died in the campo. Now, I don't know. I know the aunt that I talked to in Spain was smaller than younger than my mom. But when I went to Spain, the other aunts were like, oh, yeah, oh, hija, oh, mia, And when I really started piecing my story together, my life, I was like, why was I living with a stepmom? I had at least two, three other aunts. I had a grandma, and that was just my mom's side, you know. Then what about my dad's side? Like my grandma, I remember going to my grandma's house, and I don't remember if we walked there from my grandma's house, that's my stepmom's mom. I don't remember if we walked there, but I do remember it wasn't that far away. So I'm like, all those aunts, my grandma there too. I know she left to go to New York like right after, almost right after, or maybe she was in New York already. And because I met her when I was like 6. I just remember she gave me that uncomfortable kiss that she did the cross and kissed me on the lip. I was like, what the fuck? Like, if I could cuss back then, that's what I wanted to say. Like, I think I did was like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting her to kiss me on my lip. Like, I was like, oh. But with my grandma from my stepmom's side, like that family, my uncle, my aunts, I never felt like an outsider with them. And even my stepmom, I don't remember her being mean to me when I was in the Dominican Republic and she was there. Once she got to New York, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he was already beating her up when I got there. I don't know if she realized she can't have kids then and she hated me because, I was extra. Like, I'm taking care of your daughter, but I can't even have my own. I don't know if it was the thyroid situation that made her hormones and hot flashes. I don't know. I don't know. But I just felt it right away. Like when we were in that room, when we were renting a room, she was actually a little bit happier. She was cranky all the damn time, but she was happier. I don't remember her complaining that much. But maybe I wasn't around. Maybe I was at school when they complained. But when we moved into that basement was full of bad memories. Like, just everything bad happened in that basement apartment. So I try to give her grace. I try to give her like understanding because it's like, damn, maybe she felt tricked by him. Maybe he promised her more than what he could deliver, because other people were doing well and had their wives in a bigger apartment or a house or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But all I know is I felt it right away. Like, I think I even asked her, before I knew she wasn't my mom. I said, why do you hate me? Like, why do you hate me? Because it's obvious, like, you can't stand to see me laughing or smiling. Whenever Poppy's happy too, like, you start up with him. Just has me shaking because I really thought she changed. I thought COVID changed her. I thought COVID gave her a reality fucking check. Like, life is short. Get your shit together and stop causing so much drama in people's life. A fucking snake. Just. Anyways. I'm not gonna, I can't talk to anybody else about it. And I know I hear YouTubers, oh, some people get on here to cry, go to therapy. Well, fucking A, I've been to therapy. Therapy didn't do it. Like, venting, you can't vent and say certain things, or then the fucking therapist or the counselor, okay, time is up. You know, like they have, mm-mm. I mean, it was good. There was some good ones. I remember. I'll say out of the all the therapists, maybe 6 to 7 therapists, counselors, whatever I saw, maybe 3 of them were really, really good. And they actually gave me tools. Like, I actually have something hanging up in my house that one made me. It's like little cards. Like, one is, I'll actually show it because this is really good. In case anybody needs it, since I don't took you guys through hell right now. I'm telling you, people just, I really was hoping that her change was real instead of, let's see, I'm trying to, so here's one. And it's, I mean, it, to her, it must, I know she knew I was gonna use it and need it. That, okay, here's the other one. And you can pause it and read if I don't hold it long enough, especially the way my hands are shaking. So here it is. Ooh, it's a mess right now. I'm trying to go through stuff and get rid of more stuff. So, oh my gosh. Just so yeah, now I'm left with the choice. And of course, I'm gonna be the bitch. Oh, she always blocking people. Oh, she always um everybody does something to her, she just gets mad and that's it, and she don't know how to talk stuff out. And so say all that, so I say all that to yourself, because that's who you're gonna be talking to. I mean, I like my middle sister, she did the same thing last year. She's like, oh, some about, maybe it was for his birthday, and I was like, look, I haven't talked to him in a while, and this time I'm not coming back. Like, um, I'm no longer interested in a relationship. Not only because of what he did to me, but the fact that he kept, it was ongoing. The hurt that he was causing my little sister, my brother, it was intentional. Because I try to work with him. I'm like, look, why don't you just take Junior to get a haircut? Why don't you just call him? Why don't you text this? my little sister and blah blah blah, and he would be like, yeah, yeah. And one time he actually did go pull through, and I know how much that meant to my little sister. Like her, I was daddy's little girl too, but when I left, she became daddy's little girl because my older sister, middle sister, is mommy's little girl, and then of course the boy is both of theirs. But um, you know, so it meant a lot to her. Like I remember her crying, and I was like, okay, well maybe there's still hope for him to get it right with them, like to fix things with them. But then I kept seeing videos of him at parties with little girls, and it's like, shit, he doesn't learn. Like, his thing is 8 year olds. And the little girl at the time was 8 or 9, or maybe even 10. I don't know. She looked like she was 8 or 9. Was, so I don't remember if I actually left him a message and was like, fuck, you never learn. And I think he thought I was just talking about my brothers and sisters, but I was done. Like, oh, this was not the last straw, but just one of the things, like, you have some fucking nerve, I told him, because that was one of the last conversations I had with him, because he would get so up in arm. Like, I talk to two of my aunts all the time. And even when I talk to my uncle in Florida, like, I'll be like, oh, Theo so and so, or Tia so and so. And they automatically give me my blessings. Like, in our culture, in a lot of Spanish culture, you ask for blessings, like, oh, bendiga, and they say que Dios te bendiga. But he was like demanding it. Like, ah, pero tú no me vas a decir, oh, tú no me vas a decir, Sean Papi, oh, tú no me. And the first time I was like, okay, Sean Papi, but then he kept doing it. And I just went off like, motherfucker. Are you really asking me for blessing when you fucked up my life? Like, are you kidding me? Like, stop being so pressed about, like, I understand he's worried and he needs all the blessing he can get because he's gonna get what he's gonna get coming to him. And there is no running away from that. He can enjoy life on earth right now. But when he goes and receives his punishment, he's going to get what he deserves. Everybody is. I'm going to get what I deserve, whatever that is. I'm hoping that I suffer enough on earth that I won't have to get, like, I feel like I'm paying for my sins and my mom's sins and my dad's sins and my grandma's sins I feel like I paid enough of my debt on earth. So, but I don't know. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. But that was it for me. Like, you just keep being so pressed about this as blessing thing that you are not fucking listening, that you are failing 4 of your kids. You fail me. That's it. Red marks me off. You just put a red X on me because I'm messed up for life thanks to you. And thanks to a lot of adults in my life, I'm messed up for life. But you still had a chance. And then the fact that you keep going to these parties and still groping on women, not groping girls, I didn't see that. But the twinkle in his eye when he was fanning that little girl's skirt, it just it triggered me because I know what he's thinking. I know. And everybody's choosing not to believe it. And It's fine. I just hope that, I don't know. I hope he doesn't do it again, but I just keep thinking, I'm not, my mom was a victim, my stepmom was a victim, and I was a victim. I don't think we were the only three. I'm just saying, like, he was older than, way older than my mom, way older than my stepmom. Well, my stepmom was a little closer to his age, but I'm just, I just, I didn't want to have to block. I really thought she changed. Like, I really was hopeful, and I thought she changed. And I told myself, no matter how hard it is, because I crave to have a mom. I'm craving this connection. But it's like I deserve so much better. I deserve somebody that wants to be my mom instead of an instigator, a pain inflictor, or whatever. It's just like, when does it stop? It's already a hard day for me. It's already so hard. And she had to come with that. And I know to some people it may seem like, oh, this is nothing. So I was gonna ask, what do you guys think I should do? But I think I just have to, because I can't wait for the next time she digs at me. The next time she pokes a wound that I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to close that wound. And it's already hard enough. It's already so. I just, I was hoping she changed. Mm, I was really hoping, but it is what it is. Like, people would think, because I do block and I do try to move on, and for like 20 years, I didn't talk to 90% of my family, or all of them. I don't know when I started, when I reconnected. But the thing is, I knew if I didn't talk to, even with my sisters being older, when I wanted to reconnect with them, I knew if I didn't speak to them, it would have been harder to build a relationship with my sisters. It's like, well, how was I gonna see them? And you know, I mean, now they're older enough. And even my brother, if they really wanted to, they could communicate. So I don't have to have a relationship with either of them, my stepmom or my dad. I was just thinking that her apology was sincere, and that she really changed. But still playing the same old games. And I see she's out and about. And I made a comment because she took pictures around some rose bushes. And I was like, oh, I see you trying to be a model and this and that, like being funny. But I didn't listen to the message that she already sent. And she started off fine. She's like, oh, happy Father's Day to you, da da da. And there she goes. Oh, did you text your dad? Because, he's the one that gave you life. Yeah. The the more that I say it, the more I know. It's just, I'm gonna have to block. And this time, not unblock. So that leaves my older sister, the only one I'm talking to, because I don't talk to my brother. I don't talk to my little sister. And unfortunately, my niece will probably, I would love to talk to her. I've been trying to find different ways to talk to her, but not talking to her mom makes that difficult because I don't know when nothing is going on. Like, I didn't know her graduation. I thought she was going like into sixth grade. She's actually going into seventh grade. And but I do text with my brother in Spain and my niece up there. So I try hard to keep the broken relationships that my parents caused. I try, but um, it's a two-way street, and it feels like if I don't get stepped on, or if I don't get used or abused, or if I don't make the first move, or if I don't beg and plead, the relationships just die out. And at this point, everybody's old enough. Like, when they were younger, I was like, okay, I know I'm the oldest on both sides. I have to try and this and that. I'm just glad that my brother is finally in the one in Spain. Um, I'm glad that he allowed me to, at least have a friendship online with my niece, and he texts here and there. Makes me happy to see that he's such a great dad, even though he might have had the example. So I'm glad we both turn out to do the opposite of what we might have seen or what we might have experienced. So for people that say, oh, I didn't have a dad, so I don't know how to be a dad, that's such bullshit. That's such bull. All you have to do is, like, go within. If it's in you, it's in you. Like, if you want to become better than what you had, you do. You just do. You just learn, just like anything else. I had to learn a second language. I had to. I had no choice. So, being a parent, you have no choice when you have to. If you want to become a good parent, you just do what you have to do, and the rest you kind of learn by seeing what your kid likes and doesn't like, and what works and what doesn't work. I mean, every kid is different. I was very soft with my oldest because I could. I had to be a different type of parent to my younger one because I had to. But even when I made mistakes, I wasn't stupid enough to think that they didn't deserve an apology, that they didn't understand what was going on. Knowing what I know now because of how I processed things when I was younger, but I couldn't communicate them. Um, Sorry, it just feels like my eyelash heavy because the tears. But So I think about that a lot. Even when I get mad, I have to calm myself down and be like, okay, if I was a kid, if I was in their shoes, I probably would feel this or that. And I try to go about it how I feel or how I would feel. And I also ask him, like, okay, how does this make you feel? So if you really wanted to, you could. And as far as like being a sister or a brother or whatever, yeah, we might not know each other because we didn't grow up together, but that's still not an excuse. I don't know what to say, but I try. So it's like, I'm just feeling like I just get discouraged because it's like I try so hard. And don't get me wrong, I'm moody as shit. I am picky. And then the older I got after 45, I mean, after 42, 43, that's when the hormones went, and it's like, or 41, and the mood swings got worse, and so I know I can like spaz out, but I do always, if it's my fault, I will apologize. But it's like, I hear about all these stories. Oh yeah, we got through this. Sisters talking how they make up and da da. Da. But it's like, let me say something that they don't like. Like my little sister, she doesn't like the way I talked to her last time. But 10 years of bullshit and being used and abused and stepped on, it's okay. But just because I told her something she don't like one time or two, like, so it's like spoiled brats all around. Now my little sister in Spain, I don't know why, maybe she blames me for my mom's death. I don't know. I don't know. Because I do know that my aunt, the aunt that I talk to a lot, she's very close to she basically raised my brother and my sister when my mom wanted to go off on her bends. And she wasn't on drugs. She was schizophrenic. My birth mom was schizophrenic, and obviously they didn't find out until they got to Spain and from the DR. So her whole life she might have been going through a lot, and people just in those places, people just call you crazy. Oh, so and so, it's just crazy. You know how they are. You know how they are. And I'm sure she felt alone. She felt lost. She probably felt, I know she felt different, and she felt misunderstood. And reading about it after she passed, because that's when I found out about it. I didn't know she was going through all that. It it must, like, her whole body must have felt like hell. Her mind must have felt like hell within, because it's like there's so much going on if you're not on medication or um. So it's just, I don't know. And I don't know why the family kept that a secret, but they sure spread that I was positive. Within 2 days of me being there, everybody knew I was positive. And then people would follow me. I'm like trying to get my medicine out of my bags. After flying 24 freaking hours, I was so tired, but I was hungry and they wanted to party. So I'm like, okay, we're going to go to this Thea's house and da. So I'm trying to be lively, but then I'm thinking, oh crap, I was supposed to take this medicine in the plane at this time, but I forgot. So let me try to take them all. And I'm also pregnant at that time, so I'm nauseous. They all followed me into the bedroom, like three of them. Two people I didn't know, and one of my aunts. And I'm looking at the guy like, can you, like, why you know I'm not going to pull out a tampon? Like, get out of here. But you know, you can't say that because it's rude. So it's draining. Like dealing with people and figuring out. I know I sound like cuckoo. For me, it's always been hard to know what to do, what to say, because I seem to do or say the wrong shit at the wrong time, or I sound rude. But then if I don't say nothing or if I'm soft about it, then I get stepped on. So it's like, then I'd rather be rude and a bitch. I'd rather be rude and a bitch because like, I have no more stepping stones in me. Like, I am done being stepped on and crossed over and just and you know, and that's part of the reason I was suicidal last August, because I'm like, I can fucking understand how my mom felt like it would be better for her to be gone. Like, being misunderstood, being used, being abused, feeling like you loved the wrong ones. Like, it's just a lot. It's just a lot to deal with. I don't feel that way now, but it's like, I just, like, I was about to take a nap. I stopped crying. I finally calmed down and I was about to take a nap. I got the room perfect. Uh, I was about to turn on the fan because I had a dehumidifier on. Now it's feeling hot. And I was playing my little game. I was like, oh, let me check what's up. Wrong move, I guess. Maybe I should have just stay off social media completely today. But the thing is, because I think she said the birthday thing a few days after the birth, so it wouldn't have mattered. She would have said something because she feels the way she feels about that man, but she chose to have 3 kids with him. But she'll talk bad about the Tifa side, them legs, that nose, da da da. You chose to have 3 kids with him, and you chose to take his daughter in. And so he wasn't that bad looking that you still wanted to get to the U.S. by all means necessary. And that means taking care of his big nose, big leg daughter. So yeah, I'm just I don't have one more time for this lady to try me. And I know I would never want to get into it with my sisters about their mom. And I know that that's what would happen because I would have to cuss her ass out and then they would get into it. How dare you talk to my mom? Okay. You know, there's no way that they would separate that. Like, oh, we could see how you feel this way. Because it's not going to be, we could see how you feel that way. It's going to be like, this is my mom. How dare you? But she could do whatever the fuck she wants to, however many times she wants to hurt me, to poke at me, to 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 just disrupt my peace. She could do all that for 40 fucking years. I think I think from now on, with no hesitation, if anybody brings him up, if if I ask somebody, please don't do this, and they do it again, I'm not going to even explain myself. I'm not going to give them a reason. Let them fucking wonder why I ghost them. I'm just going to be a ghost blowing in the wind. I I don't even have the health to deal with this. Like, I gotta focus so much on the 20 fucking health problems that I have. I don't have the time for somebody to press my fucking buttons anymore. Like, I don't. Just, oh, so damn irritating. And I really believe now that this is why God moved me out of New York. Because I would have suffered way more. Because I would have kept trying. You know, I was already going to sneak off, visiting my grandma. She would tell me about the little get together. She's like, yeah, they're starting to fade, but we still do them. Da, da, da. And it hurt. It hurt because I couldn't be a part of it no more. And then when I moved out of New York, you know, I was like, dang, um, I didn't know. Like, she would tell me when to call, but back then there was no text. Like, she didn't have an email. So if I call and somebody else answer, I had to hang up, and I didn't want them to know where I was. For a long time, I didn't want to know nothing about anybody else except for my grandma and my grandpa. And I think by then, by the time I know he passed by the time I was in my third foster home. By the time I moved to Seattle, she was uh, she was starting to get sick, I think. I remember her having a hard time. She used to like to go outside and go down the little strips. I call them strips. But, you know, to 181st, look around, all the little stores or whatever, or shop on the street. And she's like, yeah, I'm having a hard time doing that. And I was like, oh man. I kept thinking to myself, dang, she doesn't have enough time, like a lot of time. And I wanted to make it there, but then I thought, well, supposedly one of my uncles has a bullet for me, so how do I get there and get there safe and then see her? And like, if we had cell phones, it would have been so much easier, because I know she wouldn't tell nobody. I would have been able to sneak in and out. And but it's sad that because of that asshole, like, I even had to do all that. Like, I even had to think like that. Anyways, oh, I was gonna ask if you guys thought I was overreacting, but I'm feeling the way I'm feeling and knowing what I know. And I know I asked her because I couldn't remember when I first started the video if I asked her, or if I told her I wasn't doing that no more. Like, I was done with him because it's doing me more harm than good. Um, and then when I said it, I was like, yeah, I know I said it. I said it to her because she did the same shit on his birthday last year. Knowing she, I mean, I'm thinking to myself, do you want him? Like, do you think I'm your competition? Like, she treats me when she talks to him, and like, it's about, like, I'm really thinking that is she thinking that, oh, I wonder if her pussy was better than mine? Like, first of all, if you really listen to my story, he didn't do all that. He did everything else. He didn't do that. He didn't get to that part. I asked for help, I think just in time, because maybe he was getting more comfortable to get to that part. But the sick part is that I think she feels like there's a comparison. I'm his daughter. So why would you want to compete with a pedophile's fantasy? Like, that's his fantasy, to be with 8-year olds. That's sick within itself. Because that's how she talks to me, or she treats me, or she looks at me. Like, I saw her at my sister's graduation in the midst of my, because I drank so much, because I knew I was going to see her side of the family that I haven't seen in a while. I knew that everybody was judging me. I knew what was going through people's head. And I actually didn't know if my dad was coming or not at that point. Like, I think it was a few years since I seen him at that point, maybe 5 years. I don't remember. But so I was just pouring, just taking it back, mixing. I didn't realize, because I've never done that on my own. When I went out, I just drank one drink and that's it, like Long Island's. That was my thing. But mixing brown with white and this and that, and then mixed drinks and sugar drinks, that will get you. But once in a while, I can sense somebody's looking at me or staring at me in a certain way, in a tone. Like, it's weird. I can sense that. And then I look and I see the disgust in their face, and I see their judgment. I see what they're questioning, like, oh, why is she acting so slutty? Maybe she was a slut. Maybe she enticed him. Like, that's the shit that goes through their heads. And it's like, let me remind you, I was 8 and 9 and 10. Can we stop there? Or should I go on that he was my father too? Like, what? But with her, it's almost like a jealousy thing. Like, damn, he cheated on me with her. Now, mind you, her best friend was a Santeria queen in that area, 175th. She might be still there. And she did say he was cheating. So when the caseworker left and all that crap, and he was off work one day, she's like, I don't know if it hit her. She was like, oh man, so and so. I forgot the best friend's name. I'm glad I don't remember that lady's name, because I don't want none of her spirits coming after me for talking about that. But because the spirits beat him up for cheating on her, because I was her best friend, blah blah, she automatically thought that that meant me. Like, that's not cheating. That's sickness. If he's cheating, it's another grown woman. That's another whole problem. And I believe after seeing how slutty he acted in Florida, grabbing on my uncle's exes like that, that man has no self control at all. Like, that's why I don't want none of those qualities in none of my men. It's like, hell no. If you even look at a chick, I'd be like, oh, hell no. You just like my dad. Hell no. They say, oh, when you look for somebody like your dad. No, no, no. I want somebody the opposite, the complete opposite of my dad. Like, not 1 ounce of my dad. Maybe the charm and well, no, because that shit leads to cheating. No, no, no. No, no, no charm. You can just be funny with me. Just make me laugh. No other bitches need to hear your jokes. Like, no. But yeah, with the hair thing like that. Who says that? Oh yeah, I bet you seen all her hairs. Like, what? And are you mad today because he wasn't the man that you thought he was gonna be 40 fucking years ago? 50 years ago? Like, when do you let it go? He's an ex. You say you were glad to divorce him. You say you never wanted to have his ugly kids. Then fucking let it go. Like, I'm not your competition. Half of Connecticut probably is, and half of fucking Florida. Well, I don't know, because the way he was flirting with my uncle's ex, maybe no other females wanted him in Florida. So maybe because, I mean, supposedly he was, I think at that time he was already engaged to that other scammer, that Dominican scammer that got him real bad. Got him to pay for two of her houses, her mom's house, her house, got him to put the little boy in private school and everything. And the daughter, maybe it was a 2-for-1 because the daughter acted real loose in them pictures, sitting on his lap. I'm like, how old are you? You're fucking 20 and you're sitting on some stepdaddy's lap? Oh, okay. Ooh. So he got a 2-for-1 deal with that because he could grab on her ass, grab on his woman's ass, and grab on my uncle's ex's ass. And he was just grabby, 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 Mr. Krabby. I don't know. So fight with them bitches. Fight with all of them bitches if you want to be jealous about a man that you say you never wanted, or he wasn't good enough, or he wasn't dicking you down, or this and that shit that I didn't want to know. I didn't want to know. I shouldn't have never known. But you bitch and complain about this man, but every year you want to complain that he's not there. And you want everybody else to feel your pain. Go over and over and over again the same bullshit. You divorced him. It's been at least 10 years since you divorced him. Because I know, well, I'll say at least 5 years, 5 to 10 years that you divorced him. You dealt with him 50 years ago, from 50 years in, okay? You put in 40 years at least because you were in the DR for some of those times that you were married to him. Okay, you at least put in 40 years, 44 years, whatever it was. You done with him. You're free. Fly like a bird. Like, but yet you want to come disturb. Well, I wasn't having any peace, but I was about to have a little bit of peace, a little bit of peace of mind. But you want to come poke the fucking bear. And then, oh my God, Joanna, why do you snap that way? Why do you talk that way? Why do you cut people off? Oh, you just can never say anything to Joanna. Oh, she just, oh. But this is the shit that they're doing behind the scene. I'm not staying quiet about it no more. Like, let this shit go on record. Let them listen to it once I'm long gone and dead, so they can get it clear that this bitch is no angel either. Like, yes, my dad did a lot of shit to her, to everybody else, to me, whatever, but she was no angel either. The only one that has uh, a relationship that maybe she won't ever complain about her is her first daughter. And I don't even know, maybe she has stuff, but she just will never say because she got treated the best. She was the princess. But everybody else will have some bitching about this lady. She just can't leave people to have their happiness, their peace, or their joy. You can't let this forgiveness stick. I see. And I'm not wishing her harm. I'm not wishing her bad like I did with my dad. I'm not like, she still, after all, she still was acting like my mom for a while. She still was somebody that I looked up to, somebody that taught me some things in life, somebody that took care of me, somebody that raised me, somebody that I will always respect as an adult, as a human being, as a person. But that doesn't mean I have to allow you to keep stepping on me just because you have a prick up your ass. Like, no. Nope. So, anyways, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I really was trying to. I thought about after I did that video, and I felt horrible. I'm gonna leave that shit up though. I keep taking videos down because I don't want my kids. No, fuck that. They need to know, like, that some people, will cause you to cross the line and get out of your character and this and that. And I know that they'll never get to this point where they're cussing people out and this and that. But it's incredible what makes people feel good that makes will never make sense to me on why she finds joy in doing this type of stuff, this this type of behavior. I'm not the only one that will say this about her. I know she done fell out with every one of her friends because of the same bull. And I do know that I don't like sarcasm. I learned that when I was little. I didn't know what it was called. I just knew I didn't like that type of joking. Like, don't he about some hurtful shit. Like, you trying to hurt my feelings and you laughing. And because I don't laugh with you, I'm sensitive. No, bitch, you telling me fuck you in a roundabout way. Why don't you just say it? I just say it. I'm very direct. If I want to say fuck you, I say fuck you. If I want to delete you, I delete you. If I want to block you, I block you. And I will tell you the reason if you really want to know. Like, it's no problem. I hate confrontation, but people beg for it. People beg for this shit. People love to see you riled up, and I really try not to let myself get there. And the ones that know me, that I'm a very giving person, very loving person. You see me with my anything I love, I will give my all to, my last to. I will even take from what I don't have and make it happen if I feel like somebody's in need that I love and I care about. And it's like I will go beyond. But then you push me to the other side. It's like, then it's scary. Oh my God. Oh my God. I would never. Why? Oh my God. And then you want to, like, whoa, whoa, whoa. The flames got way too. We can't turn it off. No, once you turn that flame on, no, it will never come down. It will never go off. Every time I think about you, every time I see you, I will cuss you out. I will tell you off. And I know sometimes I think about what I say afterwards, and it's like, that makes no sense. I be making up cuss words. I be making up this. This when I'm that, like, I can't even think straight. And I know it takes a lot of my energy. And I barely, like, I'm in bed 90% since this new thyroid situation. The past year or so, I wake up in pain. I like so much shit going on with my health. I don't have time to waste energy on bullshit. I don't have it. Just leave me alone. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Why they love to poke the bear, and then it's like, oh my God, I'm just shocked. Like, she's overreacting. I'm underreacting. That's how you feel so comfortable and keep, let me tap on her nerve. Let me tap on her nerve because I underreact for years. And then when I blow because I explode, then you're surprised. Yeah, let me go block. I'm gonna go block. All right. I'm not gonna even say whatever. You guys do whatever. Comment if you like. But anyways, thank you for listening. Thank you for letting me get it out. And I'm sorry if anybody's new. This is not what I normally do every time I get on here. If you go see some of my other videos, it's usually lighthearted. It's usually just talking about stuff. Now I may cry because I'm going through a lot with the hormone stuff. So I'm very sensitive, like, but it's not always this heavy. Like, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna block her the more I think about it. There's really no reason. Like, at this point, I'm just giving, giving, giving. It is not beneficial, anyways, to me. Like, I was just trying to keep the peace. Um, but yeah, it's not worth it. Anyways, you guys have a good day. I hope that the ones that do celebrate Father's Day, that are celebrating Father's Day, that did have good dads, that do have good dads and good fathers. I hope you guys are having a blessed day. I really do. Um, I think for the first time in a long time, today I actually was able to see pictures of people with their dads and not get, that didn't make me cry. That wasn't hurtful. So that was nice. I was like, okay, baby steps, baby steps. I'm actually, maybe one day I'll be able to just celebrate. um you know I don't have anybody to celebrate to, or like, you know but I guess if Mr. Hightower was alive, I probably would call him every Father's Day. um Mr. Hightower he was really kind. He was really nice. He was my third foster father and foster family, Miss and Mr. Hightower. Mr. Rodriguez was kind of fun, like, but Mr. Rodriguez was the one that ran that house. And hi, Cola. Um, but yeah, Mr. Hightower was probably, out of all the families I dealt with, he was probably the one that I would probably call. But not soon after I left that house, I heard, um, I think she passed first because when I was there, she did have a stroke. And then he passed not too soon after that. So I regret, though, when I did go get my graduation diploma from 8th grade, I do regret not going up that hill and checking up on them. I really wish I would have, but I just remember he was so hurt when the caseworker told him that I was gonna be moving in with the veto offs, and not only that, but I was gonna be moving across, like that I was gonna be moving to Seattle with them. So I just remember, I mean, he looked mad and hurt. So I really felt bad for him, like, because I wish I could have told him, like, that it wasn't his fault. It was just that I thought because they were younger and that they would be better suited, like, and plus I was gonna have a new start in a new place, get away from my family. Because although I love seeing my grandma, you know, whenever after I found out how close my dad and them were, and how every time I walked to go see my grandma, I actually ended up passing their building. And I didn't know that until one day I decided, like, my grandma was like, oh, they miss you. And I was like, well, I want to meet my little sister. And she was like, well, here's his number. You can, I'm sure he would love to talk to you. Da, da, da. And I called him. He acted like he wasn't mad. By this time, it was already 2 or 3 years after I took him to court, went into foster care. Maybe, yeah, it had to be 2 years at least. So I reluctantly got in his car. I was so desperate to meet my sisters and to see my little sister that I kind of raised for a summer. Um, that I was like, okay, I'll take the chance. But if he wanted to hurt me, he could have hurt me right there. He could have taken me to an alley and done me up, and that would have been it. Because, of course, I couldn't have told my caseworker. I couldn't tell my foster parents. They would have stopped me. I wasn't supposed to be communicating with my blood family. And, but yeah, when he got me in the house, he locked the doors, and I was like, it's too quiet for my stepmom and my two sisters to be here. Nobody's running up to the door, like, what's going on? And he told me he tricked me to get me by myself so he could apologize. I'm like, that. Looking back at it, I'm like, what was he thinking? Why would he think that that would be a good idea after I took him to court? I've been scared out of my head. By then, I knew that one of my uncles supposedly had a bullet for me, and I was scared out of my mind. And he thought that that was the way to apologize. That was the only time he apologized to me. And he admitted that what he did was wrong. But of course, we were by ourselves behind closed door. We didn't have cell phones back then, so I wasn't recording him. And but yeah, so I was scared every time after that. I didn't go see my grandma as often after that because I was scared passing that building. Like, I would literally get up the stairs from Jerome Street, run around the corner, run past the building until I got to the next block. Now, if you know anything about New York, you know that the blocks could be 3 blocks of Seattle blocks, 3 blocks together. Like, they're long sometimes. But I didn't care. I was like, I'm running, getting away. So I don't, but I guess I didn't realize he had a car. So if he saw me, he could probably. But the way I used to cut to get from the Bronx to Manhattan to go see my, like, he wouldn't have been able to keep up with me because I went between buildings, and like there was a certain way you had to walk to get there shorter and shorter time. Like the first few times it took me like 3 4 hours, but then I learned so many shortcuts that I got it down to like an hour and a half or so, 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. So yeah, he would have chased me in the car for about a block and lost me because I would have dipped between the buildings, zigzag, but yeah, that probably would have stopped me from going again around that area. There was no other way to get to the, I think it's called the Washington Bridge. I think that's what it's called. I didn't know any other way walking, at least. I'm sure there was another way because I learned a shortcut. But as soon as I learned the shortcut, I forgot the long way to go. So it's like, oh, either way, I always say I'm gonna make this video half an hour. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like recorded videos because those cut me off, so that way I can get used to doing half an hour videos again, because I know it's hard to listen to 2 hour and a half videos and all that stuff. I'm also trying to get it all out before I have my surgery, just in case I can't talk for a while. But yeah, anyways, you guys have a blessed weekend. Well, I guess week coming up. Hopefully, it'll be lighter and brighter for everybody else than it was for me today. But it's okay. It's okay. I'll just keep blocking until I find my peace, I guess. Because I try the cordial way. They say, oh, you should try to talk things out. You should ask for what you want or what you need. Well, when you do ask, people still choose to step over the line. And then it's like, well, how much asking do you have to do before you just be like, fuck you, fuck it, fuck it. So, anyways, bye. Oh, I thought I pressed stop. Peace, 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 peace.